What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keep Forging, where we help business professionals who are crushing it in their business, but have become complacent in their stagnant health habits and in their fractured relationships, but who want to start winning again in those areas. My name is Eric Tilley. I'm a certified nutrition coach, personal trainer, and an absolute fanatic about helping men be the men that they desire to be in all areas of their life. And today's topic, we're going to be discussing a little thing, a trick I like to use called carb cycling and calorie cycling. And before we get started, please remember to subscribe. It costs absolutely nothing to subscribe to our show, but the payoff could be priceless to the other men in your life that you know that would benefit from our show and who need to hear our message. All right, so you may have heard of carb cycling before. You may have never heard of carb cycling and calorie cycling. And what is that? So I use it once I have hit my maintenance point. All right, my maintenance point in my weight, and everyone's is going to be different. That is the place that you have gotten where you just want to maintain, where you just want to be. All right, so we're all in different positions and situations, and some of us have some fat to lose, and some of us have more fat than others to lose. Some of us are looking to gain some muscle too. So first, you've got to figure out what is your maintenance? What is your goal? Not everybody wants to be 7-8% body fat. And I get that. So you need to establish your goal first. Where would you like to just maintain? All right. Once you've established that, and we do have a macro counter calculator posted here in our show that you can get to help you count your macros to make sure you're getting the right amounts of proteins, carbs, and fats. And with that being said, once you hit your maintenance, and here's the deal. If you're looking to lose fat, you need to be eating in a slight calorie deficit over a long period of time or until you hit your maintenance. If you want to gain muscle, you've got to be eating in a calorie surplus for a long period of time until you reach your maintenance goal. So when that takes, that you're kind of going back and forth. So what's another thing you've got to figure out is your calorie count. What are your calorie needs specifically per day to maintain who you are? I try to shoot around 2,500 calories a day is about my maintenance. If I take in, and again, this is going to be different for everybody, but I want to give you an example of how I use this. So say my calories are about 2,500 calories a day, and it's going to depend on how active you are those days. But again, just for simple math and for just the benefit of this show to help you out, say 2,500 is my maintenance. If I've got some fat to lose, I am going to be eating at about, say, 21 to 2,200 calories a day for a long period of time. And now those are quality calories. Make sure you're getting the proper amounts of proteins and fats and carbohydrates and, the micronutrients too, like your sugars, your fiber. So, I help you with all that. We get into some of the weeds here, but again, this is specifically a show about calorie cycling and carbohydrate cycling. So once you've established some of these things, like you figured out your calorie needs per day, you figured out your goals, where you want to be. Again, if you're in a fat loss mode, you're going to be eating in a slight calorie deficit until you get to your maintenance. All right. Once you hit your maintenance, once I hit maintenance, so that is when I start to, maybe one day I'm going to eat in a 200 to 300 calorie surplus, because you can't gain without being in a surplus. If your body needs 2,500 calories a day to function, it's going to find it somewhere. So if you're only eating 2,200 calories, 2,000 calories, it is going to have to find those 500 calories from somewhere. First, it's going to take it from sugars and fat that is stored in our body. So it is going to burn that fat to get those extra calories. If you eat in a calorie surplus, so say I'm eating 27 to 2,800 calories, it's going to store those extra 300 calories because my body only needs 2,500. So if I'm taking in more, it's going to have to store it. Now, some of that can go into muscle, and depending on your resistance training, there's a lot of stuff that goes in here. I don't want to confuse this for you, but this is something, again, once you get to your maintenance, this is something I love to use. and I will cycle. I'll do one day a little bit over my calorie count and another day under my calorie count. And I love it because I get to eat a little more on the extra days, and I can eat a little less on the other days. That same thing with your carbohydrates. If you're really trying to lose a lot of fat, you always want to make sure you are making all of your meals and all of your snacks, regardless, around a protein, and build your meals around a protein. The sufficient amount of protein you need in your body is about, just again for easy math, about 1 gram of protein per lean body mass. So what that means is if you have 20 pounds to lose, you're going to take your body weight, what the scale says, you're going to subtract 20 pounds. That's how many grams of protein that you're going to want to shoot for per day. So build your meals and your snacks around your protein. And then you can fluctuate your carbs. So carbohydrates, a nice little trick if you want to cut and if you want to build some muscle. Cut and build some muscle. Because let's face it, if you're going to be in a calorie deficit, it's going to be real hard to build muscle. There's some little tricks you can do, but you want to hold on to as much as you can. And that's where you can float around your maintenance. And it's a great little trick that I have learned. If you have any questions about that, shoot them in the comments below. I hope that makes sense to you. Remember, we cover a whole lot of things in this show because there is no silver bullet in your health, but there are many golden BBs. And gold is more valuable than silver. But you are more valuable than both in the eyes of God. God bless and keep forging.